right? Because we'll gain the life and then it'll get buffed. So it would have been buffed anyways, but this is great. Hello, good game. Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. We'll be continuing on the journey, upgrading the standard 2022 pre-constructed two-colored decks. After we're through the two-color decks, we'll go through the mono-colors, but I did want to break ground with the newest decks first. In part 1 of this series, if you've not seen, check it out. We took a look at Sky Patrol, the Azorius Flyers deck. Today, we'll be playing with Selesnya Lifegain, the Lifeline deck, as it's known as in the client. This is white and green, utilizing a lot of life gain triggers to outclass your opponent in a big way. By far, in my opinion, one of the strongest free-to-play decks that you can be using right now. So in today's video, we're going to break down the strategies, the synergies, showcase all of that in the gameplay footage, and of course wrap up with our final thoughts. I hope you guys have been enjoying this playlist so far, breaking down all of these starter deck upgrades. Make sure to like each individual video, subscribe to the channel to partake in the contests and giveaways, and jump into that link tree. Whether you want to support through becoming a Patreon or just getting into our community Discord, partaking in the contests, the giveaways, the cash prize free entry tournaments, and so much more. So enjoy, and let's get into it. Lifeline version 2 is a 60 card standard 2022 deck with a 2.6 average mana value. We have 10 non-creatures and 26 creatures with the standard 24 land. We will utilize life gain to increase the strength and toughness of our creatures. Some of the most notable in deck will be the Moon Dancer for 2. It's a 2/2, and whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on the Moon Dancer and scry 1, which is really cool. This will allow us to sort through our deck, finding the appropriate card for the occasion. We also have the Hallowed Priest, a 1/1, and whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on the Hallowed Priest, similar to the Moon Dancer. And finally, the Celestial Unicorn, a 3/2, and whenever you gain life, put that +1/+1 counter on the Celestial Unicorn. We also have a similar effect within level 2 of the Cleric Class. It is a 1 mana. Whenever you gain life, gain 1 life plus, or that much life +1 instead. And then we can upgrade it for 4. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control, which actually stacks up quite a bit. And then finally, level 3 for 5. When this class becomes level 3, target creature, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. You gain life equal to its toughness, again, which is really quite nice for us. We're capitalizing off the life gain with the one and only Righteous Valkyrie, a 2/4 for 3 with flying. And whenever a cleric or angel enters the battlefield under your control, gain life equal to its toughness. As long as you have at least 7 or more life than your starting total, creatures you control get +2/+2. This is great because we'll use the scry through the Moon Dancer, cycling through our deck to find the Righteous Valkyrie. Undoubtedly the strongest card in our deck. We're gaining life through the Prosperous Innkeeper, a 1/1. When it enters the battlefield, create a treasure. Whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield under your control, gain 1 life. And of course, that's going to push up the Moon Dancer, the Hallowed Priest, the Unicorn. The Kor Celebrant is similar to the Innkeeper for 3 mana, a 1/4. And whenever it or another creature enters the battlefield under your control, gain 1 life. Very, very nice. We have a little bit of removal through the Devouring Tendrils for 2. Creature you control deals damage equal to its power to creature or planeswalker you don't control. When the permanent you don't control dies this turn, gain 2 life. Great news. And then a single copy of Inscription of Abundance for 2. You can kick it for an additional 3 at instant speed for a total of 5. Choose 1. If you kicked it, choose any number. Put 2 +1/+1 counters on target creature. Target player gains X life, where X is the greatest power among creatures that they control. Target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. So this is very powerful within this deck. We have a single copy of Ranger's Class. When it enters play, create a 2/2 token. Pay 2 whenever you attack. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature. attacking creature, of course. And level 3, for 4, you may look at the top card of your library at any time, and you may cast creature spells off the top of your library. And where this comes important is through the level 3 Ranger class, right? Casting creatures from the top, looking at the top. And the Moondancer's Scry. When a creature enters play, we gain life and scry, taking the lands to the bottom, allowing us to play a creature off the top. Gaining life, scrying, land to the bottom, creature off the top. It will let you cycle your deck right into the battlefield, and the Rangers class is so good with the Moondancer, which is nice to see. Moving on, we have a single copy of Luminarch Aspirant, a 1/1 cleric. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature, which is always nice. A single copy of the Spellbinder, a 3/1 with flying. When it enters play, exile card from an opponent's hand. They can still cast it by paying an additional 2 mana. Maul of the Skyclaves, equipped creature gets +2/+2 flying and first strike. This is amazing when you're putting it on the Moondancer, when you're putting it on the Hallowed Priest, or even the Celestial Unicorn, giving these creatures who are quite strong through all the life gain triggers, flying is going to help you get the job done in a hurry. We have the Alchemist, a 2/5 for 4, tap it to add 1 mana. We can tap it to add X of any one color, where X is the total amount of life gain this turn. You know, it's in the deck. It's probably not the greatest, but it's pretty good, right? It's not that bad. We have the Frost Tyrant, which is a 4/3 with flying vigilance. When it dies, create the Frost Tongue. Equipped creature gets +2/+0, and when it attacks, we get to tap one of their creatures, which is really cool. And then Felidar Retreat. Land enters play, +1/+1 on all of our creatures, and they gain vigilance. It's that vigilance that we want, so the attackers can go in without worrying about not being able to defend ourselves, right? And then making the cats is cool as too. You know, creatures enter play, life gain triggers go crazy. That's kind of the situation there. We have Drizzt in play, a 3/3 with double strike for 5. When it enters play, create a legendary 4/1 cat creature token with trample. And whenever a creature dies, if it had power greater than Drizzt's, put a number of +1/+1 counters on it equal to the difference. This is cool because the Moondancer is going to be massive. The Priest is going to be massive. The Unicorn is going to be massive. And then we can make Drizzt massive as well with double strike. Then you throw flying on it. Let's go. And of course, finally, and certainly not least, the Valkyrie Harbinger for 6, a 4/5 with flying and lifelink. And at the beginning of each end step, if you gain 4 or more life this turn, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying and vigilance. Creature triggers the life gain. You know, we get to 4 pretty easily, and then that triggers another creature, triggers more life gain. Holy Toledos. We're going to be going crazy. Cave of the Frost Dragon. Tap it for 5, so you'll need 6 if you want it to attack as a 3/4 with flying, which is cool, and then just the lands, right? So that's the deck, and by golly, you know, we are slapping people right in the mouth with this. It's so good. And throughout the video, keep a watchful eye of strategies and synergies that play out, because this will help you through deciding which opening hands to keep. And the mulligan procedure is one of the hardest things for new players to really wrap their minds around and become efficient at. So take note of the play lines that I'm going after that, you know, generate huge value swings within the games in today's footage. Enjoy. Thanks for your support. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and check out that link tree. Become a Patreon, join the Discord, and there's, of course, lots of other goodies there as well. We'll be back after today's gameplay footage to wrap up with our final thoughts, talking about upgrades that you could potentially make if you have the rares. Enjoy, and we'll see you soon. Going first with a pretty groovy hand, a really slow hand, but we'll have all of our mana. That's a positive. Should we play on 2? Yes. And then that gives us turn 3. The Vine Gecko. So this is like a kicker deck. Kor Celebrant out, we gain 1 life. And then when its self enters, we gain the 2nd. And then that's going to be double triggers on the Unicorn, which is nice. And then the Unicorn can fight something with the Devouring Tendrils. And that'll be good for us too. Reclaim the Wastes. They do get the counter on it because they've kicked a spell for 2. Search your library for a basic land card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. If the spell was kicked, grab 2 of them instead. Hot dog. That's not that bad. 3 and then 2. So yeah, land in untapped. Unicorn is in play. Nice life gain here. And then we smash down. Or do we save it? Let's smash down. Because we don't know that we'll get it later. We know we can get it now. Let's gain 2 more life. Push the Unicorn up a little bit further. I don't have my hearts. My emotes got reset. So all I can say is hello, good game. Just like the old days when I first started. That's all I had. It's just hello, good game. It meant the world to me. Every match, I'd get a hello, good game in there. It's just like, yeah. You did it today, boy. So they have 3 land. You know, we're sitting on a dead hand. I mean, these lands appear much more threatening to them as backsides, right? Those skull sleeves than they do as tapped snowlands. That's their 4th. Another Vine Gecko. Oh no. Swing in with the Unicorn. Tap land in. Pass our turn. They put the counter on the throne. They can remove a charge counter from it at 2 mana of any 1 color, spending it only to cast kicked spells, which is really good, right? That's not bad at all. So hopefully this Unicorn survives. It doesn't. Get snared right out. Ouch. Not good. That's so bad. I might have even just kicked it to put the counter on the Gecko. Potentially. Right, because they had the charge counter anyways. It's really cheap for them to do. They didn't have to because it's already tapped, of course, but there still would have been positives to doing it. Oh, and I don't care about the damage. Swing in, bro. Come and get me. Right? Do the dirty. Down to 24, that's fine. Cleric Class is a gizzo. And then we dump into it. Think we can hit for 2 damage here, down to 10? Pretty sure they don't have flash. Oh boy, that would suck. I'm pretty sure it's okay though, right? Down to 10. We're at 24. We're gaining double life. You know, creature enters play. That's gonna be what? 4 life, which is like, you know, wackadoo. Ayo, not today though, kiddo. That is a kicked spell. So it gets 3 +1 counters on it. 2 from the Inscription, 1 from the Gecko. They remove our life gain engine, and they gained 5 life. Holy Toledos. Land and play. They still have all of their mana up, because that was on our turn that they did that reckoning. They kick this, that's great, and they return their Inscription to their hand. Nice. We are in trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We're, you know, top decking lands. More lands than we could ever need. Down to 18. No matter what we pull, we're screwed because they have that other inscription. Right? Like, this isn't even good. We're still going to get removed, but we should, like, we have to go for it. They're still going to kill it. Maybe we can get it to be tough enough. We'd have to get it to 9. Holy Toledos. We just need the world's biggest blocker. Oh, that's good. So they could still remove it. Which is a bummer. But, you know, it is what it is. If we can try to stay above 26 maybe, that would help, but our opponent's really doing, you know, the dirty to us with this replayed inscription. Good on him though, right? I love a good match. It's gonna be nasty, yo. The bummer is that you can only remove one charge counter at a time. If you could remove multiples at once, that would be insano. Do we lose the Moondancer, or do we lose the Celebrant? Right? Just kind of highlighting our different creatures. First, we were teasing them with the Moondancer, but I think it's better to keep the Moondancer. It grows, the Cleric doesn't. If they have more shenanigans here, that'll be just terrible. We should probably kill the Gecko, though, right? Absolutely. Or do we take 9 damage, kill the Sapperling? That's not bad either. That's probably better. No attacks. Any other jazz, my friend? Claim the Waste, gets kicked, pushes up the Gecko even further. Oh my gosh. That thing is beefy, baby. Alright. Ooh. I mean, maybe we survive? I kind of doubt it. I wish I could get rid of this enchantment aura somehow. Get my 14-13 in play. That bubble snare's doing work. They probably have more of them too, which is not really something I want to contemplate. They're going to be kicking something again. If they play another inscription, I'm going to freak out. Or even another one of these Sproutlings to grab the inscription would be pretty terrible for me as well. At 33 life is not bad. I really do like this match, though. This is like a nice deck. It's not something that you see all the time, and it's performing really well. Oh, they do it. They do it. They can't kick it, though. They could cast it, but they can't kick it until 5. Unless they've not played a land. Oh my god. Wow. Really liking this deck by our opponents. It's good. It's getting the job done. Like, this is a nice situation here. They kill the Innkeeper instead. That is interesting. We get the oops, but how do you miss that? It kills them both. It's okay. We're fine. We have an inscription in which we kick. The counters will, sadly enough, I think, go on this Valkyrie. No, let's spread them out. We gain the life. And then we... Oh no, cancel, cancel, cancel. We have to put our counters on. Because the Valkyrie got pushed down. Or no, it'll go up because of that. Yeah, let's just gain as much life as we can. Right, because we'll gain the life and then it'll get buffed. So it would have been buffed anyways. But... this is great as well. Land can go. I say we smash in. Right? Like, this is big damage. Let's race. They hit for 6. We hit for 14. I think we can deal with this. It just goes to show you how good of a card Inscription of Abundance is. It's absolutely amazing. Basswood Surge is pretty good. Search your library for 2 basic land cards, put them into the battlefield tapped. If this spell was kicked, put 2+1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So these are 5/5s now. And then they bubble snare the Moon Dancer. And this is a race they can now win. We lose our buff. We don't want to bounce that, but we could take the Celebrant back. We're not blocking. We need this Valkyrie to survive. We're gaining 8 life. Next turn. Plus each of it doubles. Not doubles, but we get 1+1. So it's 10 life. 12 life we'll gain next turn. Down to 14. Oh no, there's 2 of them, right? So we're gaining 6. Which is crazy. And then this is going to be our defender. I mean, maybe let's get this into defense mode as well, so it can survive. The priest is good. Good, 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 good. And then we're just like super buff, right? Let's make it able to kill it. Priest can stay. And then replay the Moon Dancer on top because the bubble snare on the other one. We'll keep the new one. And then it's just the same old song and dance. Now the Moon Dancer goes up so it can defend. We're still leaving that priest there. Oh my gosh, we're popping off. Beautiful. I will hit for 8. We're at 42 life, right? How could this go wrong? Oh my god. I was worried. I was honestly like, our opponent is going to beat us up. Like, this is terrible. And You know, we came back pretty good there. Let's see if they can turn this around again. Into the Royal, back to our hand. Could be worse. They get the draw. The geckos are gone, so the fact that it's kicked only results in the draw, not the +1/+1 counters. Roost of Drakes is nice, which they do kick to make the 2/2. And whenever they do kick a spell, they get to create an additional 2/2. Moondancer in. Right, we're gonna just basically go nuclear here. They do have the flyer to block us, though, which is great. Let's just push up the Moondancer, I suppose. The more the merrier. Uh-oh. That's like our nuclear launch code right there. Yeah, we're definitely leaving that there. And we're going to do it all again. So much life gain in this deck. Like, this is pretty disgusting. And now we're pushing up the Priest to defend. The Valkyrie Harbinger's going to be insano. I guess let's swing in for 8 and they chump block it with the 2/2. The Celestial Unicorn is now a 26-25. Right? Look at this thing. I think we're getting the good game here. Defeat has been accepted. I really want to play. I wish I could send out the hearts, but I don't have them, my friend. I want to get that Valkyrie out. Make 4/4s. Oh my gosh. That was an amazing game. Like, that was really, really back and forth. Until a point, right? We had a little bit of life gain there. Going first, and, you know, I like the hand. We've got that Skyclave in here, you guys. Holy Toledos. Forced out. Oh my gosh, if this is mono red goblins, they could be in for a hurting here. I'm going to come in tapped for the turn, and I'm going to go in with the Celebrant because it can defend the goblins really nicely. That's great. And now we can probably still go with another Celebrant. Let's be honest. Let's just play super defensive for a second. I mean, it's tempting to double drop, but it's probably better. Really. So we take out the Charger. Big damage down to 13. Gain 2 life here. Up to 15. Land and play, no attacks. They really need lords. Right? Give all their goblins +1/+1 and stuff. Doesn't look like they have it. They can buff everybody by +1/+0 and haste. We could double block and kill anything, though. Well, not the 3/3. No blocks. We go down to 11. Sucks. Sucks! Moondancer out. The Alchemists can go for now. The land can go for now. Looking for something that gains life. And then we can probably just fight this big baddie, I think, right? Because that sucks to leave in play. But we're so fat now that I don't think it matters. Right? We can just defend. Dragon's pretty sick. I'm going to leave that there. It's like one of our only mythics. It's not quite a Righteous Valkyrie, but... Ooh, it's good. We're eating people alive, you guys. And the greatest thing about this deck, it's totally free to play if you complete the colored challenge wheel, right? This is all made with just starting cards, and, you know, like a couple commons and uncommons to, you know, make it more consistent, but super easy to add to your collection and incredibly powerful, right? Good land. Our opponent's playing first. Really, really nice. The Celebrant in hand. Oh, and even that Innkeeper. I want to go pretty heavy right out of the gate. So this will be our tapped land for 3. Mr. Rogie Doos. Innkeeper on 2 makes the treasure. Beautiful. And then we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 available mana, which doesn't take us where we want to go. But we'll try to get going as quickly as we can with the Unicorn. No attacks. They foretell. That's never good. Land out. Innkeeper out. We gain life times 1. The Unicorn goes up. We make a treasure. I'm going to keep a Unicorn and a Celebrant in hand. Just a counterspell. Okay. We hit for 5. I imagine it goes through down to 15. I can't imagine they're running field wipes too. Single target removal. Nice. We need a land off the top. Well, let's tap land, get that out of the way, I guess. Beautiful. Couldn't have been better. Some nice life gain here. Of course, we're gaining double life every turn. So this is like 2, 4, 6 life here. Oh, the Righteous Valkyrie definitely stays there. That's our best card. Ranger's Class would be cool right now as well. Then we'd be playing off the top while we look at the top. Right, we can scry lands away when we gain life. Keep playing creatures to gain more life, scrying lands away. It's really, really good. This gives everything +2/+2. And it also gives us the win, because this is almost as bad as Goldspan Dragon. Beautiful. See what happens when there's no Shadows Verdict? Opponent goes first. Hand looks really nice, though. I mean, just that Moon Dancer, am I right? So hot right now. We have doubles, so it goes out before the priest. And that's why, because it's immediately removed. Let's get the Kor Celebrant out, and, you know, that's going to be a key component to our victory. Let's go Innkeeper. as just as good as the Celebrant. If it gets countered, you know, I'm not too happy about life. Basically, right? So let's swing for 1. And they're down to 2. Could be removal. Hopefully not. I'm worried about the Shadow's Verdict. Stuff like that, right? Gain that life. Taking the Scry as well. Unicorn can go. Oof. That's really good if they're wiping us. Hit for 1. I mean, it's late if they wipe now. Oh. Oh! What it's like to be an aggro deck. Let's go right for it. We need an additional mana to be attacking with the cave. Beautiful. I would have... Yeah, no, that's probably correct. We don't get the land. We do get a counterspell. LOL. Unless they just have other forms of dealing with it later that are more effective than a counterspell. But they take it while they can get it. We hit for 1. They have 5 cards in their hand after the draw. Oh! An Imarith. Okay, okay. Passing turn. This is still a match somehow. Secondary Shadow's Verdict. Ay caramba. Maybe we can make the most out of it. Hit for 5, down to 15. They draw 1. Ouch. Hey! We get the land, and we pass our turn. This was a hard matchup, right? Not every deck is going to be running sweepers, and not every deck is going to hit you with 2 of them. We know where this ends, though, right? This is a good game, right? Let's back out, and we'll just get into a new match. Alrighty, so one rare to rule them all. It is the Righteous Valkyrie. You know, you have 4 copies of this in deck. It's going to be super consistent. What else can you say about it? You've seen it put in work, and we only had 1 copy of it in deck. Imagine focusing on this Righteous Valkyrie. It's absolutely insane. I love Ranger's Class as well, because then we're free casting off the top with our Moon Dancer, but it's not as important as the Valkyrie, right? The deck is performing very, very nicely. I did get asked about the Kor Celebrant. Why are you using the Impassioned Orator, or the Kor Celebrant over the Impassioned Orator? It's cheaper, it's a 2/2, and it has the same effect, right? However, it's a 2/2, which means it's more prone to removal. We already have the Innkeeper with a 1 toughness. We don't want the same card with that effect with a 2 toughness, right? Super prone to field wipes. This way, you know, it's a big fatty, and of course, when it comes in on top of the Valkyrie, it's going to gain you 4 life plus the 1 from itself, which is 5. You know, you get Righteous Valkyrie, you know, you're gaining 7 then. So it's really in there for the survivability of it. With that being said, what did you guys think of the deck? Let me know in the comments below. I really appreciate all the time and attention you've been spending with the channel recently. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join the Discord through the link tree in the description below, and maybe even potentially become a Patreon to support more great content just like this. Of course, this is only part 2 in our series. We have a playlist filled with the free-to-play upgrade constructed decks just like this. Stay tuned, and hopefully that next one will start. If it doesn't, we'll have a playlist available to you on my homepage to check out as well. Enjoy, have a magical day, and we'll see you soon on the other side.